The people who truly suffer in this world are people who are misunderstood. These are the people who truly suffer in this world. No, that child that no one understands, that's the child that truly suffers. And here's what's truly messed up. If you grow up misunderstood, chances are when you become an adult, you'll be so different that other people just won't understand you because of the pain that you had to deal with growing up. You'll be so different that no one can really understand you. Like, you see things differently. You know, because you're the odd one out. Always the odd one out. So your perspective is going to be different. You don't see things the way other people see things. People who possess true intelligence are often misunderstood in our society. Like, you are always the odd one out. Your friends don't really understand you. They might enjoy your company, but they don't really understand you. And you know that they don't really understand you. Your family don't really understand you. Not because you're wrong, not because you don't make sense, but because you possess real intelligence. What you must understand about most people in our society is that they learn the things that they know from other people. See, if you are different, you don't really learn from other people. Like, if you have real intelligence, you don't really learn from other people. You have your own way of learning. You have your own way of doing things. A lot of people think that intelligence is just you being able to survive, right? If you are able to make things work for you, like, that means that you're intelligent. No, it doesn't really mean that. Intelligence really is you having a natural ability to learn in your own way. There's lots of dogs here. I'm actually scared because I'm in a different town. I'm in a different town, so I don't know which streets to use. And look at that, man. It's like a Rottweiler or something like that. It's, what do they call it? Rottweiler or something like that. It's this big dog. Like, it's bigger, like, I've seen it analyze a pit bull before. Like, it's a big ass dog. Yo, there's too many dogs here, man. I was scared. Yo. No, I'm saying there's too many dogs in the street. I was scared. Like, it's my first time. Yo, I was scared. You know, in South Africa, white people don't really trust black people. You know, like, that's a white like he's a boor actually, like he's a boor. So these were the guys who truly didn't like black people, and he's old. So he looks at me and be like, oh, maybe these dogs were trained to bark at black people. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, every dog's barking at me, dude. I don't look like a thief. I'm not used to dogs barking at me. It's weird. Maybe they were trying to bark at black people. I don't know. Damn, and that gate is open. I just hope they don't have like a big ass dog, because that gate is open. It's like everyone got a dog here, but they got the different breeds, bro. The people who truly suffer in this world are people who are misunderstood. These people truly go through hell. Life is really hard for people who are misunderstood. And if you possess true intelligence, you are going to be misunderstood, because most people learn from other people. They usually learn from those that they respect, right? And usually the people that they respect are the people who don't really care much about them. Usually the people who are on top are the people who don't really care about the people who are at the bottom, so they don't teach us the right things. So if you possess true intelligence and you are at the bottom, you truly suffer. Because the people that you live with ain't gonna trust you. Be like, oh, why are you so different? You weird. And we are animals, you know, so if you're weird, other animals are gonna look at you like, what? They're not really gonna accept you. Human beings are animals. They're not gonna understand that you're just more intelligent than, you know, most people. That's why you see things differently. Like you possess true intelligence. They're not gonna understand that. They just look at you and be like, you weird. And they're not gonna treat you the way that they treat other people. You're weird. So they have to treat you the same way that they treat people who are weird, right? Because you're weird. So you'd have a hard time no matter where you go, until you find a way to use your intelligence to your advantage. Until you find a way to use your intelligence to your advantage, until you prove everyone wrong, until you show these people that, hey, I'm right, I was right all along. They will just think you weird, because they don't have the intelligence to see that, no, there is something. Like, this person might actually be right about this. This person might actually be right about that. Like, they're not going to understand that. There are people that they will trust because they have what I call learned intelligence, right? They've just learned a bunch of stuff that the people who are on top wanted them to learn, and that's it. Like, yeah, I'm intelligent because I've learned this and that. But people who possess true intelligence don't really learn the way that other people learn. And some people who possess true intelligence, because true intelligence doesn't always mean that you're going to be successful, especially in a world like this. We live in a capitalist society. Those who are on top want workers, they want slaves. You know, like they want your intelligent acts. Like, you're a threat to the system, all right? If you're intelligent, you are a threat to this system. They want slaves. They want people who are going to obey, people who are going to do what they say they must do. If you possess true intelligence, you're going to ask a lot of questions. You're going to do things differently. You might even wake some people up, you know, so they don't like people like you. The system does not like people like you. People who possess real intelligence, this system hates them, all right? So you being really intelligent doesn't automatically mean that you're going to win. There are a lot of intelligent people who are really suffering. They are alone. They have no money. Some of them are in the street. I've met intelligent people in the street. I remember when I was living in Braamfontein. This is back 2012, 2013. I've met a lot of intelligent homeless guys. I'll be like, what? This is scary. Because I used to think I'm intelligent and I'm interacting with this person and damn. And they're in the street. That means that anyone can end up in the street. And, you know, because being the odd one out is hard, if you're intelligent and you're not surrounded by the right people, you can actually end up in the street, because you always be the odd one out. You know, you will feel like the people that you live with don't really love you. They're going to treat you differently. Your family is going to treat you differently. So you're going to be like, well, no one loves me. Let me just go and live in the street and do what people who live in the street do. And you end up getting used to living in the street. So they think, oh, you're just stupid. Or some people who were able to realize that you're intelligent. Because some people, you know, can see if a person is intelligent. They'll be like, oh, that one used to be very intelligent, but look at where they ended up. You know, they're not serious. Like, they don't realize that you went through hell. You were always the odd one out. Like, that's hard. We're social creatures. But I would like it or not, we are social creatures. You don't want to be alone. The problem is that most people are not like you. So you're like, it's either I find my tribe or I'm gonna be a lone wolf. That's like, I gotta find my tribe or be a lone wolf. There's no other way. Because if you're gonna be with people that you shouldn't be with, they're gonna make you feel more alone. They're gonna judge you a lot, and you might end up feeling like you need to change. You might end up feeling like there's something wrong with you, even if there's nothing wrong with you. You're just different. Like, it's easy to think that there's something wrong with you if you live with people who don't understand you, people who don't understand your intelligence, right? You just think, well, maybe the reason why I'm not like everyone else is because there's something wrong with me. Well, there's nothing wrong with you. We live in a cult-like society. We live in a society where people are being trained to live a certain way, to behave a certain way, to feel a certain way, to do things a certain way. Right? We live in a cult. The cult leaders are telling people, this is how you must live your life. This is how you must think. This is how you must act. This is how you must feel. If you don't feel the way that we're saying you must feel, there's something wrong with you. If you don't act the way that we're saying you must act, there's something wrong with you. If you don't do things the way that we're saying you must do things, there's something wrong with you. If you don't follow the path that we're saying you should follow, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? I've spoken to a lot of intelligent people who felt like there was something wrong with them. You're like, what? And you realize that most of these people go from people want to know what I eat. This is what I eat, guys. Right. I always feel better when I eat this. Here's some cabbage. I don't know what this is called. If you know what this is called, tell me. Like, and this is pop. Just want to make sure that my stomach is full before I finish recording this video. I usually eat a lot. Like I eat a lot compared to most people. I think I'm gaining weight. I hope I don't have something stuck on my lips. But yeah, man, being the odd one out sucks. Especially if you're still young. Like that, it sucks. It sucks. As you get older and get to understand yourself better, you might start liking being the odd one out. But when you are still growing up and you don't really understand what is going on, like it really sucks because people treat you differently, they see you differently. You feel like that automatically means that there's something wrong with you, even if it doesn't mean that at all. Like if you're different, trust me, people are going to think that you're weird. Even if you're different in a way that gets you ahead of everyone. Like people still think that you're weird, you know. Like you have to be like everyone else, like to be treated, you know, like you belong. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like everyone else. You have to fit in. If you are different, if your views are different, if your way of doing things, your mannerism, like yo, people ain't gonna really accept you like that. You're not gonna feel truly accepted. There's a reason why most people who are intelligent prefer being by themselves, right? There's a reason why people who possess true intelligence prefer being by themselves. Don't really like being around other people. It's because they feel alone. You know, they feel more alone when they're surrounded by other people than they do when they're alone. So they're like, hey, man, I just gotta be alone because I feel much better when I'm alone. So if you're always the odd one out, don't look down on yourself. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you. Most of the people who are misjudged in our society, most people who are being told that there's something wrong with them, there's nothing wrong with them. You know, what society is actually telling you is that you are different. And if you are different, society will always treat you like there's something wrong with you. So you might think, hey, there's something wrong with me. That is why people are treating me differently. Why? That's why people are saying that I'm weird. Blah, blah, blah. No, if you are different, people are going to treat you like you are different. They can sense. If you're different, they can sense that you're different, even if you don't really show them. Even if you don't really say much, like they can sense that there is something about you that is actually different. We're different animals. We connect on so many different levels, right? People can sense, and they can't even tell you how they even sense that you're different. Even if you don't say anything, they can sense. We don't just connect on like we don't just connect just because we agree on something, or because we see people who we feel are attractive and we connect with. Like there are a lot of things that actually make people connect. It's not just behavior. It's not just perspectives. It's not looks. It's not just looks. There's a lot that actually brings people together. So people can sense, like, nah, man, this person is different. Like, this is a different breed. I've never seen anything like this person before. And they might not really know how to treat you or how to respond to you. And you might judge yourself if people don't know how to treat you, if they don't know how to respond to you. Like, I've been in so many situations where people treated me like they didn't like me until they got to understand me, and they treated me like they liked me more than everyone else after they got to know me. But in the beginning, they're like, nah, what's going on with this guy? Like, they don't really get like, most people don't really get me in the beginning until they get to know me, and they're like, okay. So when people judge you, you shouldn't really feel bad about yourself. Even if people get to know you and they still don't like you, it still doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. You just live in a society that doesn't really understand you. You live in a society that doesn't really understand you. Maybe if you were born at a different time, people would accept you more. Human beings are programmable, they're programmed to behave a certain way. The way that we behave now isn't the way that we used to behave 100 years ago. Like, now we behave differently. I'm looking for JBL speakers, and I don't know where to get them, but I think I'm gonna find someone who sells them somewhere. These guys that are selling stuff outside, like a portable speaker. Like, he's selling a portable speaker, but it's not JBL. Like, I love music, and I wanna buy like the dopest speaker that I can buy, but not a big speaker, like a small portable speaker, but that has like really, really good sound. Yeah, man, if you are weird, be weird. People are controlled, like. And let me tell you something, don't trust people who follow rules. They're not themselves. How can you trust people who are not themselves? The people who follow rules, who just do what they're being told, even if it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it does make sense to follow rules. It's not like you should break every rule and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna be an S. No, sometimes you should follow rules because that makes sense, but there are some rules that do not make sense to follow. So don't follow rules that don't make sense to follow. Only follow rules that you feel like, well, I can explain why I'm following these rules. This is a big mall. There's no way I do not find a shop where they sell. Come on. There has to be a shop where they sell like speakers, some like there's speakers there, but I know they don't sell JBL. I like how people look at me like they don't get it. Like, what is this guy holding? But I like being weird. And the camera that I'm using is like a very small camera. Like, people don't know this camera. It's like a really small camera, but it's dope. Wait, this is a bathroom. Infinity, what do they sell? But yeah, guys, don't be afraid to be the odd one out. You know, be you, do your own thing, and let people be. It needs to get to a point where when people judge you, you don't even feel bad. You just understand that they're not operating at your level of consciousness. I think, yeah, there's portable speakers here. So let me see what's up. Let me see what's up, guys. There's lots of portable speakers. I don't think I'm gonna find JBL speakers here. I think the only shop that actually sells JBL speakers is Hyper Corporation, and it's not here. But they're supposed to have it because it's a big mall. Otherwise, I'm going to go to, like, there's this mall very close to my town where they have Hyper Corporation, so maybe. Hello? Nle molweni. Amolweni leyi nga la kusuhi na ni le kona ni vuya ne. Hello? Oh, Andras, ani nga ri ku swi tweni noyi moya. A ri nga ri ku swi tweni at all. Ni le ku zameni ka ku vumbela voice, yeah. Ni ta ku hlamuseta bon wo ni vutisa ku i mani vito ra molo leyi. Sorry, what's the name of this mall? Savannah Mall. Yeah. Le Savannah Mall ne. Le Savannah Mall. Yeah, Savannah Mall. He looks so nice better than so. Yeah. Yeah, senukuthiwa kahle no mele hande line la ngakona ile Savannah Mall. I-mall yin'wana bayivitana ku Savannah Mall. Oh, a ri nga ukuthi kahle. Le kusana le ntshama kona ne. Amavandla loko wo vutisa ku hi kwini mavandla loko xavisiwa cabbage ne ya va ta ku byela. Yeah, mavandla loko xavisiwa cabbage ya karate da. Sure. There's no hypercorp here. Plus, I should have seen their advert somewhere. So yeah. If you use JBL speakers, tell me which one is best. Like I'm looking for a dope JBL speaker, like portable speakers. Should have bought water. I'm thirsty. But yeah, guys, trust me, don't be afraid to be weird. I am telling you, don't be afraid. Like, don't allow other people to make you feel bad for being unique. Because we live in a world where people are being made to feel bad for being unique. There are kids that are peeing that side, so the camera has to face this side. And the sun, I don't have filters, so I think I gotta buy some ND filters actually, because normally when I record, I face the direction of the sun, so that you guys will be able to see me. Because when I record like this, you're not really able to see me, but you're able to see me when I'm facing the sun directly. Yeah, what I've realized about people is that, they learn from other people. They learn how to behave from other people, right? They learn how to behave from other people, and they end up believing that the way that they behave is how everyone should behave. That's normal, because everyone behaves that way. So if you behave differently, they're gonna feel like there's something wrong with you, even if there's nothing at all that's wrong with you. Even if you are more advanced than everyone else, even if you are better than everyone else, if you are different, they're gonna feel like there's something wrong with you, So you will be treated like you are a weirdo sometimes, You'll be the odd one out. But never let that make you feel like you're not good enough, or there might be something wrong with you. You should have been like everyone else. You're better. To be honest with you, if you don't like this society, if you feel like there's something wrong with this society, I think you're better, because this is not the kind of society that we should be accepting anyway. It's a bad society. It's a messed up society. We don't live in this beautiful world where people are doing things that actually make sense, where people love one another, where people prefer things that are right. Like we prefer things that are toxic. You know, the food that we buy, toxic food. The people that we date, toxic people. You know, like if you are a good person, like you're a genuine person, you're probably gonna have a hard time in relationship because people prefer toxic people. It sucks. But this is the kind of world that you live in. This is the kind of world, you know, in this kind of world, the bad guy wins. You know, this is the kind of world that you live in. Like, things are not what they seem in this world. So if you are pure, if you have real intelligence, you might have a hard time in this kind of society, but that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. You must never ever feel that way. Like, again, you must never ever feel like there's something wrong with you just because you are different. If you are different, be different, you know. Celebrate your uniqueness. You need to get to a point where you are able to celebrate your uniqueness. Like, yeah, actually, me being unique is a good thing because that shows that I'm not easily influenced. You see, some of y'all are just not easily influenced. So you're like, hey, there's something wrong with me because I'm unable to socialize the way other people are able to. Like, nah, maybe you're just not easily influenced. You don't allow other people to make you behave the way that they behave if the way that they behave does not make sense. You're so intelligent that you only prefer doing things that actually make sense, things that you can actually justify. So if you can't justify something, you're like, nope, it doesn't make sense. As a person who's used to being the odd one out, I can tell you from experience that being the odd one out isn't really a bad thing. It's normal to feel like you know, you want like genuine connection with other people. You want other people to truly understand you, but the society that we live in is so damn flawed that if you are truly sane, if you are truly intelligent, if you are yourself, you're automatically going to be the odd one out. Because you don't live in a society where people, you know, were encouraged to be themselves. They were supposed to be like everyone else in order to survive. So being real, being intelligent, being yourself, that's odd in our society. You know, that's not expected. People don't expect you to be real. That is why when you speak the truth, people look at you like you're crazy. Like, what? I can't believe you just said that. You're like, yeah, but it's the truth. You know? You can't believe that I spoke the truth because we live in a society where being real is odd. So that surprises you. Like, damn. How can a person be so damn real? And that makes you feel uncomfortable, you know. Hearing someone speak the truth makes you feel uncomfortable because you are so used to lies. You are so used to lies that it actually got to a point that lies are normal, right? Like, you're so used to lies that that's what's normal. You're not used to truth. It's like, you know, women who are used to dating toxic men. When they date men who are actually good, who actually care about them, they feel like these men are boring, right? So it's kind of like that. Society is so used to lies that when you speak the truth, they don't feel good. You see, truth should make people feel good. If this society was okay, speaking the truth will actually put you in a better position as a person. If you are in a relationship with someone, speaking the truth will actually make them love you more. But we live in a society that is so damn flawed that speaking the truth will make people hate you for real. People will hate you. They won't even know that they hate you for speaking the truth. Like, I hate that person. Like, why do you hate them? I just hate them. No, you hate them because they're real. You hate them because they're honest. You hate them because they're not toxic. It's the kind of society that we live in. So don't be ashamed of being different, right? If you are the old one out all the time, don't ever think that means that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that at all. That actually means that there's something wrong with this society, not you. Being the odd one out will be a bad thing if you lived in a society that was perfect, right? If you live in a society that was perfect and you were like the only one who was messed up, right? And I said, like, you live in a society where everyone is perfect, everyone is doing, everything right, and you're the only one who's not able to, get your shit together. But nah, you live in a really sick society. Like, sometimes people forget how sick society is because, well, they're so used to this madness. If an alien came from another planet and actually had to live here for a month and go back to their home planet, they'll be insane. Understand? Like, they will actually be like, that alien will be insane, bro. This world is really that toxic. So being alone is actually healthy, right? In a society that is toxic, being alone is healthy. In a society that's toxic, being different from everyone else, that's healthy, right? To being the odd one out, that is healthy. When I was growing up, I was influenced a lot by the hip hop culture, right? I listened to a lot of like rap songs growing up, gangster rap. People rapping about growing up in the project. I watched a lot of movies, about growing up in the project, and I've listened to a lot of stories, people who have made it, who grew up in the project. What I've realized is that if you grew up in the project, you would not be accepted if you were really sane. Like, if you were a black person who was sane, you're not like really selling drugs, you are a good black person, you're not doing some messed up shit, people don't really respect you, right? It's like a jungle. But if you're selling drugs, if you're unaliving people, like, people respect you, people are afraid of you, people treat you with respect. But if you're just this good person who's healthy, who just want to do things right, you're not really gonna fit in. They'll look at you like you weak. You see, because growing up in a project, that's like, you're not growing up in a healthy environment. So in an environment that is not healthy, of course, being healthy won't really be, I mean, it's a good thing, but I mean, you won't really be able to cope very well. Someone said that being well adjusted in a sick environment is not a sign of good health. I forgot how they put, like, how this quote goes, but something like that. Like, just if you are well adjusted in a society that is sick, then that might actually mean that you're sick. That's why you that's why you feel good in a society that is sick. You are so damn unhealthy that you feel good living in a society that is sick. But if you're healthy, you're not going to feel good living in a society that is sick, because you're too healthy for the environment that you find yourself in. The truth is obvious when you really think about it. It's just that you've been trained to be like everyone else. You've been trained to seek approval from other people, to want other people to say, hey, you're right, we accept you, we love you, we think you're good, you think you're a good person, You know, we think everyone should be like you, like that's what you want. Like, nah. You're different. Look at yourself like you're like the last of your kind or something. Like, just because human beings have 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 legs, doesn't really mean that they are like you. Like, human beings are very different, bro. The way that we think, the way that we see life, just because our bodies seem to not be so different from, you know, like me and you kind of like look the same. Like, they classify us under humans. That doesn't necessarily mean that we are the same. We're so damn different. Every human being is unique. The problem is that to survive in this realm, people are being forced to be like everyone else. They're being forced to conform. So it gets to a point where people just think they should conform. Like, conformity is considered to be intelligence, right? If you are conforming, they'll say you're intelligent, because that does help you. If you conform, if you follow the rules, like, your life might actually, like, you might not go through a lot of challenges. So people will say you're intelligent because you are conforming and things seem to be going your way. But nah, it's an unhealthy society. You shouldn't conform in an unhealthy society. Try to make people sane. And if they won't be sane, then be the only one who's sane, and don't feel bad about it. Do not judge yourself. Do not feel insecure. Do not seek for other people's approval. That was today's message, guys. Yeah, don't be afraid to be the odd one out. Thank you.